Hey you guys, it's Miss Kim. Just came in from outside. My hair is a little messy and mushed down. I had a hat on this very snowy day. Not a lot of snow, but enough to make it feel Christmassy, huh? Today we're reading a story about an animal that maybe some of you haven't seen, but all of you have surely smelled. It's Mr. Striped Skunk. From the Advent book, All Creation Waits by Gail Boss, Michigan author, and that wonderful woodcut by David Klein. So let's find out about the striped skunk on today, Advent, day 17. Because her eyesight is poor, and because I was downwind and standing as still as I could in the mosquito-thick morning at the edge of the woods, I was insubstantial as a spirit to her. What was substantial and consequential was the quick cricket in the leaf meal. She thrust her pink-tipped nose into the leaf litter, tossed it aside, and pounced. The sun was already up that late October morning, and she hadn't retreated to a hollow log or stump to sleep the day away. She knows, I thought. She knows the snow and cold are coming. She's hunting overtime, urgent to get fat. Or maybe she was out late that morning because she'd ceded some of her night feeding time to the other urgency of October, nest readying. All the rest of the year she beds in the hubbub above ground, but in the cold, spare season, her survival senses forces her to go deeper. During that autumn night, she might have been scraping together leaves and grass, pushing them ahead of her down a woodchuck hole, then deftly making her bed. No matter if the chuck was there. Gentle as she is, she happily shares the den with him. And, anyway, awake or asleep, he stays in his chamber at the den's far end, leaving the rest to her and her sisters. A quiet soul, she prefers to make her way through the world alone or with her kits. But when winter begins nipping at her shoulder, she compromises. She may have scraped, pushed, and shaped a full bushel of leaves and grass into a nest precisely to her liking. But come late November, she might leave that perfect bed empty and join 3 or 5 or 9 other females in the nest one of them has made. What matters is not whose nest, but togetherness. By now, Advent Center, the skunks that find themselves denned together are curled into a single ball of black fur, white stripes undulating through it. Most nights they rouse for a few minutes. A couple may go to the entrance hole and, if it's not sealed up with snow, poke pink noses out into the sharp air. But soon they're all reballed, drifting up and down the ladder of sleep. Fat skunks can stay on the upper rungs of that ladder. Thinner sisters must slide deeper down the ladder and stay there asleep longer, burning less fat, but stressing their systems. Thicker or thinner, each shares her heat with the others, so all in the ball save fat that they would have had to burn if alone. Fat is the only food each one has underground. Tucked into the huddle, what she has goes further. And not only to sustain her single life, the several new lives she wants to make when winter ends can only take hold and grow in her if she has enough of herself left. So, solitary the rest of the year, she folds herself into others. 90 days, 100, winter howls on. As the body of each one shrinks, they wrap the ball of their slighter selves tighter and lean into the warmth that together they are. Community, that sounds like a good plan for us this winter too, doesn't it? To huddle in together. Even though sometimes we feel like going it alone, this is a good time to work together. And I keep seeing that happening all through our communities. It's so exciting and it's so heartwarming. I hope that you have a great snowy afternoon, that maybe you get outside to play in this a bit. Hope you find a way in your own community to share the heat, let's say, share the love. We'll be back here tomorrow with Advent Day 18. It's It's a creature that many of you have heard about, but outside of a zoo, I'm not sure if a lot of you have seen one, but Miss Kim has, and it's the porcupine, a very cute, waddling little fellow. So we'll read about him tomorrow. Maybe in the next day or two, Miss Kim will come up with another Christmas story to read to you. And I just hope you have a great afternoon. And I hope that you don't forget that Jesus loves you. And so does Miss Kim. Have a good night.